should be playing music as well.
Hi, welcome to Color Me Poetry. This is Danny Queen. Welcome to another exciting edition of Color Me Poetry. I have my guest here today, and a beautiful brother in the person of Brother Jesse Alexander. Welcome, Jesse. Welcome to Color Me Poetry, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to have you
It's
here,
exciting
man.
to be here. You know.
Yeah, man. I've heard a lot about you, man. You know, through friends. You know, my good friend, sister.
Diane.
Sister Diane
Yeah.
Parks.
Diane Parks.
Yeah, man. Diane introduced us, and I thank you. I thank her so much for helping me bring me good people, man, and finding good people. You know,
Yeah.
How long you been writing, brother?
I've been writing since I'm 8 years old. I'll be 60 next year.
Oh, really?
I've been writing for a long time. This is like my second poetry scene, if you want to look at it that way. I used to run around in Newark with
Newark?
characters. Yeah,
Talk
Newark,
about
New
it.
Jersey. Yeah,
Yeah,
up
Jersey
there.
brother.
Yeah. So,
Okay. What part?
I used to live in a place called East Orange.
Oh, East Orange, yeah.
Yeah.
East Orange.
Yeah, I used to live in East Orange, and I used to run around with people like Yichtov and one of my good friends, Margie Shaheed, who is, they're both with the Ancestors now and that kind of thing. And I was, they used to set me up. I used to do a lot of readings, and so I'm seeing a resurgence in poetry. I guess it has to do with some of the craziness happening in the world, the positive stuff happening in the world.
So, what made you want to write? The writing chose you, or you chose the writing?
Writing chose me.
Okay.
Writing chose me.
Meaning what?
Meaning that I've been writing since I can remember.
Wow.
I'm thinking about my mother who was my muse. She's also with the Ancestors now. She encouraged me and got me to write, and she kept every single one of my
Really?
poems.
You were coming up.
When I was
Really?
coming up. She even transcribed some of my stuff and all kind of stuff, you know. So, you know, like I said, it was kind of rough for me a little bit, you know, losing her. She was my muse, you know, she was one of my muses. But she encouraged me, and it's funny now that she's on the other plane, I'm getting a lot of my stuff back, my old poetry that I wrote that she kept, a lot of the stuff from classes and in school and all that kind of stuff is all coming back, and so I'm going through that, and
You have a lot to go through.
I have a lot to go through.
Did she store them in shoe boxes?
Just about everywhere, you know, seeing boxes and all kinds of stuff. So it was really cool.
That's interesting you said it, because I have friends of mine who, you know, write and been writing for years, and they'll say, "Oh, Brother Danny, this is one of those shoebox poems."
Yeah.
And in the shoebox. What you doing in there? I said, "Girl, that's a great thing. What you doing in that shoebox?" You know, you better get rid of that shoebox.
Well, I'm about to open some more of them shoeboxes and see what I got. But
you
there's
know
a lot of stuff.
That might be a great title for somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna write
Shoebox
that down.
collection.
The shoebox collection.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
Go ahead and write it down. Shoebox poem.
Shoebox poem.
Because people store, people store poems like in the shoebox and stuff. You know, shoebox. You put the top on, you can store all your stuff in there. You know.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever keep a journal?
Yes, I have multiple journals.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I used to write everything. I guess you could say I'm an obsessive writer. I'm in meetings at work and I'm writing. I might be the only person taking notes sometimes. I'm constantly drawing pictures and that kind of thing. I used to keep a journal by the bed, and I would write every dream that came up that I could remember.
So you wrote your dreams down?
I wrote my dreams down.
Yeah, I used to have a dream book, man. I did. I had a dream book, keep right by my bed. I dreamed something. I said, let me see what that number is.
Yeah.
I'm playing that number today.
Well, it's a similar kind of thing.
Yeah,
And it's funny because it maps into my work. The work, what I do as a day job is I'm a technical writer, which also means some illustration and design and that kind of stuff.
But that's a different kind of writing.
It's a different kind of writing.
It's not creative.
It's creative in another way.
Really?
It's a creative in another way. You're trying to reach your audience so that they clearly understand, basically achieve their objective. That's what you're trying to do.
I had it in college. I had,
Oh, you did?
technical writing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but to tell you the truth, Jesse, it got on my nerves, bro. It was just so, it got me so concise. But when creative writing, I could take it wherever I wanted to go.
Right.
With technical writing, that's
No, you can't take it where you want to go. But
Yeah.
I like the fact that the two inform each other. They relate to each other.
Really?
You know, and so to the extent that I'm somewhat constrained by the style guides of my employer or client, right? I'm unconstrained in my poetry, and so that's how they work.
But yet
together.
still, it's different from journalism and different from, say, an essay.
Yes.
Journalism, right?
Yeah. Journalism.
Different from a songwriter writing the lyric.
Yes, it is
Song.
definite. It is different.
Yes.
It is different. But you have to be sensitive. You have to be creative in the sense that you have to listen to your audience. You know, there's that old adage: seek first to understand, and then to be understood,
audience.
and know your audience. And that's true, definitely true on the technical writing side. On the poetry writing side, it's a little different. Sometimes it's a lot different. I'm compelled to write. Sometimes I wake up and there's a poem in my head and I got to get it down.
Do they influence each other, those two genres
They
of
do.
writing?
They do. They're two different genres. They influence each other. There's some creativity. You say that you know there are constraints with the technical writing, but there's some creativity that you can bring into the technical writing in terms of how, because the main thing with tech writing is to help the reader achieve their objectives. Right, whatever those objectives are. It could be putting together a new table or something like that,
yeah.
or learning how to use their iPhone or something else. It could be something like that.
So could it be that kind of writing that when you, like you said, when you buy something, I just bought a juicer.
Right.
And I got this manual with all this
Right.
technical stuff in it.
Right.
I bought a piano, a new piano.
Right.
So I got the manual with all this technical
Yep.
stuff in it.
Yep. So so that's how so a lot of that's written by tech writers.
Oh,
but if we're really sensitive to our audience, we'll provide a quick guide or a quick start guide. So there's a little thing in there that says number 1, and it usually has nothing but pictures in it.
Yeah.
And it
diagrams.
says plug this in, diagrams, plug
Okay.
this in, connect this thing, put this top on there, maybe even an exploded view where you have the top up
Yes.
here and the little rotor that goes here and then the other thing down here. All that stuff is technical writing.
Now, with my new piano, I got the, you got the stool and the thing that hold and all that. I'm telling you the truth, Jess, that mess got on my nerves. I'm telling you.
Right.
I mean, I'm like, just show me the big picture.
Right.
All these little details, little
Right.
screws and all
Right,
that.
right. Well, so here's the thing, right? So another form of techno writing is the I don't know if you noticed the things in the seat back pocket in the plane. It tells you how to get out of the plane,
that's right, yeah.
So this is a perfect example. I tell this to young people who are starting technical writing. Didn't anticipate talking about it, but hey. You pull that. We'll get to the poetry in a minute. But you pull out the seat back pocket thing, and it doesn't have perfect diction. It doesn't have well-constructed sentences. It says push, and kick, and then they show the person, and then pull. It says so you can activate the slide, and the thing unfolds, and all that kind of stuff. The objective of technical writing is communications first.
Oh, okay.
Right, and so the best way to do that is with pictures.
Yes, that's
Right.
Basic.
One of the best ways to do it is pictures. I mean, the
Right,
first
'cause we wanna
forms
see.
of literature that we are aware of that humans did are pictures.
Yeah.
They're the buffalo, the people are chasing the buffalo, and that kind of thing. So the whole point to technical writing is best communication. How do you get through to the person or
Pictures.
the audience?
Yes.
Right.
I saw that diagram and said, okay, let me look at the thing. Started to
Right,
make sense.
right.
Then when I saw how they show you how it's put together.
Right.
But I mean, you got to be able to explain that though,
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
And so I understand what you're saying.
That's what we try to do with technical writing.
yeah.
That's what we try to do. So it's a little different than it's a lot different than poetry.
Yeah.
For me, I'm compelled to write. I feel urgency to write. Sometimes I get bored at work and I start, I'm doing the technical writing and I flip a page so I can rip it off and start writing a poem.
So you flip back, you flip the switch on.
Yeah.
And you go into the poetry.
Yeah.
But like you were saying earlier, one influenced the other.
Oh yes, they influence each other. One of the things I try to do with my poetry is I try to, first of all, I try not to over edit it. And that's the same case with technical writing, because you can edit something until there ain't nothing left.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. And so, the feeling is gone, the spirit is gone out of the work. I'm not as concerned about that in the technical writing, because like I said, the forms and the structure comes from whoever the client is and whatever they're trying to get me to say.
Because like you said, if you buy a product and you don't know what you're doing, I don't want to see no poet trying to explain
Exactly, right. Right.
I don't want it in a poetic form.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to know how this thing works.
Right.
And then when I start studying how it works, okay, that's something different.
Right.
But in the beginning, imagine getting something technical that you're trying to put together, and they put it in poetic form.
I mean, that might be good from an artistic standpoint.
Yeah,
but shoot, I got to get the bike ready because my niece is standing right there.
And she gonna hit a point.
Right. And she's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "I don't know." But yeah, so it's a whole different thing. It's a different type of writing, and they support each other because the technical writing supports the poetry.
Yes.
So we're not quite at the point where the poetry.
Let's
does the other
do
way.
the poetry now.
All right. Let's do
whatever
poetry.
you want to share, man. And,
All right. What I want to do is I'm going to do like I do in some traditional when I was doing readings. Okay. I'm going to read the work of a poet that has passed on.
Okay.
And I'm going to read the work of Margie Shaheed. Margie Shaheed was one of the people I call Poet's Poet, who made places and spaces for writers and poets in the Newark area. And she used to run a program called Groove Drops. She just passed away relatively recently. I think it's about a year ago. And I'm going to read her poem, "Everything I Need Is in My Bag." Wow. I said, everything I need is in my bag. My bag is a good badass bag. My bag is black, is white. My bag is light, is insight. My bag is tight. You know what I mean. My bag is right for me. My bag is bad. Everything I need is in my bag. I said, everything I need is in my bag. My bag is smooth, lays right on my side, so when I rise, I don't have to hide, cause my bag is fearless bag, is a sparkling bag, is a boo. I see clear through you bag. My bag is blue. Everything I need is in my bag. I said everything I need is in my bag. My bag is dip and flip, is a juju music water bag. My bag is a spiritual jazz rapping bag, is a gospel clapping bag. My bag is a stomping bag, is a new age frontier bag. My bag is a heathen bag, forging ahead, looking for a place to squat bag. My bag is hot. Everything I need is in my bag. I said, everything I need is in my bag. My bag is a shot in the arm bag, is a crack weed bag, is an empty refrigerator bag. My bag is cold. I mean, my bag is hot like project heat. My bag is wet, cause where come greets and meets my thighs bag. My bag is a sure bet. Everything I need is in my bag. I said, everything I need is in my bag. My bag is a childishly grown bag, is a 9mm bag, is a will shoot you in your back bag, is a leaping and beeping and steeping tea bag. Don't pull the trigger. My bag is a don't you hear me talking to you inward bag. Down on the ground and don't look around. My bag is sharp. Everything I need is in my bag. I said, everything I need is in my bag. My bag is a shitty glitty bag, is a nervous breakdown bag, is a crystal ball will voodoo you bag. I mean, don't ask me to leave the room bag if you gon' do some magic bag, cause I want to do some magic too. My bag is jittery. Everything I need is in my bag. I said, everything I need is in my bag. My bag is prepared to look life straight in the eye bag, is a shout out to the moon bag, is a lonely bag. My bag is a menopause on a pendulum bag. Ooh. and swinging back and forth, swinging back and forth. My bag is a red buddy bag. My bag is deep. Everything I need is in my bag. I said, everything I need is in my bag. My bag is a fast bag, is a flippin', flappin', flighty bag, is an elusive bag, is a rational, irrational bag. My bag is imaginative bag, is a closely and loosely related to a reality bag. My bag is on point. Everything I need is in my bag. I said, everything I need is in my bag, and everything you need is in your bag.
Wow. Beautiful, man.
Margie Shaheed.
Margie Shaheed.
Yeah.
Praise is due. Bring me to another bag.
All right.
As the brother James Brown, the Godfather of Soul, would say,
Father.
Papa got a brand new bag. So
right.
this is entitled The Godfather of Soul, a tribute to James Brown, 1933 to 2006. From poverty and a life of petty crime, he was a soul survivor, a legend in his own time. So in love and memory of what only God can explain, he let the world be withered on the wings of the night train. Born to be somebody, success was in his DNA, had a mind of his own, the will to make a way. From the chilling circuit to the King of Soul review, as the Godfather of Soul, of the Godfather of Funk, it all started with you. The call and response of his polyrhythmic time made the JB's Funk one of a special kind. As a universal soul music mastermind, he put the soul power on a funky good time. He'd mash potatoes till he was soaking wet, did the popcorn, broke out, and cold sweat. As the taskmaster of the hardest working man fame, at Star Time, he always lived up to his name. Mr. Say It Loud himself, the super bad native son, is Mr. Dynamite, soul brother number one. So another memory of what only God can explain. He left the world bewildered on the wings of the night train.
Yes, sir.
The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Okay. Another bag, brand new bag.
All right.
Erica
let's see.
Badu said there's another way. What did she say? Bag lady.
Yes.
Carrying all them bags.
Yes.
Oh, but it's beautiful, man, but the way she described it, because
Yeah.
she wasn't just talking about bags per se.
Right.
She's talking about baggage, human
Right.
baggage,
Yep.
emotional, psychological baggage
Yep.
that we carry.
Yeah.
And your friend and that piece, man, that was beautiful, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, she's
God,
like I said,
everything I need is in my bag.
everything she needs, and that's the title of her
Ooh.
book. Everything I need is in my
my
bag.
bag.
Yeah, she was good. She's a good person.
Wow.
And the one thing that strikes me about her the most, as she was getting older, she looked just like Maya Angelou.
Really?
Like they could be sisters.
Wow.
It was deep. It was really
Wow.
deep sister. So I'm really thankful.
What else you got for me, Justin?
Let's see. I got all kinds of stuff here. I got some new stuff. I'm gonna shout out to my new poetry crew around here.
Who are they?
Well, you know, of course, we have to shout out our poet laureates.
Yes.
Our local poet laureate, Sister Joy, and
Sister Joy, yeah.
our Maryland poet
Yes.
laureate. And I'm so stoked and excited that the national poet laureate is going to be Joy Harjo,
Oh, really?
who is a Native American activist. And all I can think of is that her ancestors are completing the circle.
I'd love to get to meet that sister.
Yes. Oh, her work
me a
is
hookup.
band later.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I'll see if I don't know if I got pulled, but I'll see if I can get. She's good.
We'll find her.
Joy Harjo would be good to have
Harjo,
you.
okay.
And
Yes.
so I'm also going to shout out to my friend Hiram LaRue.
Yes, Hiram.
And I'm going to read the poem that won. My poems win. Sometimes they win. I don't win. They come through me. The poem wins.
You're the vessel.
I am the vessel. So I'm going to read this poem, Hunger, that won second place in the Hunger X project, and a shout out for the Hunger X project that Hiram is running.
Okay.
Hunger, number one. Hides with you after 1 a.m. between guard shifts, trying to doze in the back seat of your mom's old blue CRV. Good sleeping car, she said, rear seats fold down, her goodbye factory hands pressing your cheeks. Parks under sodium lamp in the back of chemistry building lot next to dumpster with half-eaten McDonald's other students throughout. Or sneaks into your dorm room almost prank-like when mama's check runs out before the end of the month midway into the semester, demanding choices. Am selfish. Study me instead of physics. Nurse me instead of biology. Pay me your undivided attention. Cross your arms over your growling stomach. Curl up. Try to close your eyes. and wait for morning.
Wow, how beautiful, brother.
Thank you.
That was the winner.
That was a second place. That was second place.
Hey, still a
winner.
You're in the top 10.
Still a winner.
winner.
Still a winner.
What made you write that poem, bro?
Well,
What were you thinking?
I was thinking. Well, what I was thinking was I had heard on, I think it was on one of the local radio stations, they were talking about kids at school, at college, being hungry.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
I saw a
what?
piece on that. I never thought about that.
I never thought about it. And then what happened?
I never thought about
I never thought about it. But what happened for me, though, was I started remembering back to Howard when I was going to school. And I was thinking, you know what? I remember so-and-so saying, someone trying to say, Jess, can I, borrow can you spot me like $5 or something like that? Because, my check isn't, coming through or something like that. And I wasn't even thinking. I was like, okay, here,
You couldn't just spend on work study.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about what that was. And what that was people running out of money before the semester was done. And before their parents could pick them up or before they could make their way back home. And I just didn't think about that. That was just not something I thought about. And so those memories came forward. And so this poem is a mixture of those memories and the stuff that I heard on that, I think it was an NPR show.
Yeah, I heard a documentary. I heard maybe Joe Madison, somebody talking on XM. But it's not something that I thought about. First of all, I didn't go out of state to college. I lived down the street.
Okay.
A lot of people thought I lived on campus, but I lived down the street, So it wasn't something that I thought about. I mean, in college, I remember, a lot of kids had peanut butter and jelly. You would never hungry if you had peanut butter and jelly now.
Yeah.
Oodles and noodles.
Hey.
Stuff like that. The little cheese crackers with the little,
with little plastic thing.
Yeah, people don't realize what college kids go through sometimes. And not to mention, when you got a college bill when you get out, well, that's a whole nother show there.
Yeah. That's a whole nother show. And back then, I mean, I didn't have any debt or anything, not like these kids now.
I do remember working work study though.
Oh, okay.
I remember I was going to take this young lady out at the end of the week. And I'll tell all my boys, man, I'm going to take, she find no honey, I'm going to take her out on the weekend. Man, after Friday came, you get to work study, you go to the financial aid office, and you get your, after you work. Man, after they took, my bill, I had $1.48, man. That's college days.
Pay me my money.
Man, I had to borrow some money from my folks. Take that young lady out, man. I was bragging.
I'm
like, wow, man. But I mean, it's college, man. That's how it was.
Yeah.
Man. That's the way it is. But that's the beauty of poetry.
Yes, sir.
I mean, poetry speaks to everything.
Yes, it does.
It really does.
Yes, it does.
I often say that sometimes poetry seems to have a mind of its own.
Yeah, I think so.
You would agree with that?
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Because, I don't know if you've had this experience. I've gone back through old journals and read stuff in my handwriting that I didn't write.
Oh, really?
You understand what I'm saying?
That you didn't write.
I don't think I wrote it. It's not conscious. It wasn't conscious. And it's my handwriting. But I've read stuff. I have to be honest, I looked at some of my stuff, I'd be like, damn, that's good. I mean, did I do that? Where did that come from? Go ahead.
I see stuff in my handwriting, because my handwriting always been so damn bad. I said, I wrote that. I wrote right there. I can't even lie about it. People know me this, that's your bad handwriting.
Yeah.
But I look back at stuff sometime and then I'll say, well, maybe I ought to change it. But then something else in me said, no. It belongs to that time.
Right.
It was a snapshot of that time.
Absolutely.
That's what poetry is a lot of times. That's what creativity is. Take the snapshot of the time. And freeze it.
Right.
Freezing it for that time, that moment.
Right.
And a lot of times that's what poetry does.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
That's
it really
what it does.
You got another piece of it?
Oh, sure. I got
Come on, let's get
like Jimmy Durante. I got 1 million of them.
All right.
I'm gonna read this for my my bride. And it's something I wrote a long time ago when we were first dating.
Okay.
This is, it's called Leonid, 11/18/2001, 5 a.m. Language was lost to us, wayward children of a minor star. We were transfixed beneath, inside the blue, blue belly of our mother as we stood in the circle at Eagle Rock Park. The same place where we watched the Twin Towers fall, this morning only meteors burned, their violet and green and yellow and white tongues streaking above us like omens. And as when we were gathered here before, we could only manage baby sounds.
Wow.
So,
That's interesting.
yeah, so I had forgotten this was a 9/11 poem,
Wow.
but
That's when you were dating.
this is when we were dating. Carol and I were dating. Hi, honey. I don't know if you're watching, but anyway, and we got our anniversary coming up next week on Tuesday. So
how
I
long
wanted
it's
to.
been?
It's been 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been 15
Talk
years.
about it, man. That's a
Yeah,
blessing, man.
it is a
You know how
blessing.
many people don't make 15 months?
Hey.
I'm
This is
serious.
2.0 for me, for
I'm
both of
telling
us.
you, man, that's
So
a
I
blessing,
understand.
brother. Yeah.
It is a blessing. It is a
indeed.
blessing. And she's a creative soul. She's a visual artist and
she's a
multimedia, and she's good. She's helping me work. We're working on a chapbook around water and the spirit of water and that kind of thing. So we're working on that. So stay tuned. That's going to be coming out. So she's my muse. She's got me. She keeps me plugged into the creative energies and that kind of thing. And so I wanted to read that one.
Let me share a little poem
yeah.
since you went there.
Yeah.
All rights reserved. I'm going to call the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. and ask them if they can copyright your love for me, because I want all rights reserved. And in fact, if true love speaks much louder than words, I don't want anyone to steal the sweet melody of sweet harmony for me that my heart has always heard. I want all rights reserved. I need complete copyright control to the sweet sensations of love, deeply rooted in your heart and soul. I want all rights reserved. I don't want no trespassing backstabber with his hands on private property or lording what simply belongs to me. Because I'm sick and tired of being single and free, and I want all rights reserved.
Yeah.
All rights reserved.
Sir, I like that. That's good. That's good. I mean, yeah, that's really good. It's
Yeah,
good.
man. Now you write about everything.
I write about everything. I even write some humorous pieces. I wrote
give us
this
a
one.
humorous piece, man.
This one's kind of funny. I have a friend at work who is a cat aficionado. We used to have 2 cats. They crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So this one's called, and her cat, and just by way of proscript, her cat is, it's a polydactyl cat, meaning the cat actually has opposable thumbs.
What?
You know, which is unusual. It's a genetic disorder. Really? And so I thought that was so cool. She told me, and she showed me a picture of a cat's paws. And so I got kind of, I thought this was hilarious. So anyway, after cats discover fire, after they grow opposable thumbs and aren't called anthropocentric names like polydactyl, after they learn to use their new hands to preen and make faster than light engines to get home, and give better hugs and not make weapons, after they finish mourning us, their human lovers, after they learn again to fend for themselves, after they finish mid-morning nap on the forbidden rug or bed in a shaft of golden sunlight, after they manipulate me into petting them yet again when I should be working on this poem, after they bring me back to earth from virtual dystopia of flickering computer screens with gift of half-dead vole they've been hunting all morning beneath the white azalea bush in the front yard by the driveway, at my feet, and look up with eyes at me after they drop. Sorry about
Take your
that.
time.
Let me slow down. I need to slow down. Let me start again. After they bring me back to earth from virtual dystopia of flickering computer screens with a gift of half-dead vole they've been hunting all morning beneath the white azalea in the front yard by the driveway at my feet, and look up with eyes that say, "Here, friend, I had wondrous fun with this little life. Now it's your turn."
Wow. Wow, man. The way you use language, man.
Thank you.
That's amazing, man.
Thanks a lot.
Wow.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the beauty of poetry, man, is it goes deep and wide.
It does deep and wide.
When you think about
It
what
does.
poets do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to have, as poets, we're going to have more work to do
Yeah.
because the world is changing and things are happening. And I was thinking about this morning.
Other
The
things
work,
happen besides Trump?
but beside the whole world, Trump is a symptom, and he is a symptom of the old thought process still trying to hold on.
Yes.
And it's happening in this country, it's happening throughout the Arab world, it's happening in Africa, it's happening in Asia, it's happening all over the world because people are waking up. There's a shift. They're saying, wait a minute, why does it have to be this way? Why do I have to let things happen this way? And so they don't have to, and they're rising. And so we're going to have, as poets, we're going to have a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah. I've been having fun. I've written so many Trump poems, man. I've written about 9 Trump poems. People say, why you write that poem? Well, I'm going to keep writing as long as they're in there. So,
Yeah.
And so my last one was called The Lion Chief.
The Lion Chief.
Yeah, I'm not going to share it yet. I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to come at you.
All
But I
right.
would like to say something that's inspirational and
Okay.
motivational as
All
well.
right.
And think about something that you might like to share too.
Okay. That's
whatever
motivation.
whatever
All right.
Spirit lays on you.
All right.
The law of attraction. Fly high and dreams are forever fulfilled. You can have, do, and be whatever you will. Whether it's for better or for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. Focus on lack and life will give you even more of what you never knew you were asking for. As the law of attraction is but the master key, you are the sole creator of your own reality. What you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe. Graceful gratitude will open the door to a whole new world you never knew before. Focus beyond what you hold in your hand. For your every wish is the law of life's command. The power behind the mind's magnetic field is a way out of no way made real. And whether it's for better or for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. What you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe. The law of attraction.
The law of attraction, from the secrets. I remember we saw the secrets, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm feeling. I mean, what's happening is I'm feeling what's happening, and I think everybody who's creative feels it.
Yes.
You can
Feel the
tell
shift.
that there's a shift,
Yes.
and the old way they're going to try to hold on. And Trump, like I said, is a symptom. He's not the problem. He's a symptom of the problem.
Yes.
They're going to try and hold on forever and long and all that kind of stuff, and they might be all right for a minute. But I was just thinking about that old church song, "Changes in the Wind," and I'm thinking about that old song. You can run on for a long time, but great God Almighty gonna cut you down. This thing, the world is changing, the world is shifting, and hearts are opening.
Nature is changing.
And nature is changing.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Really
see
is,
that.
man.
We see that. So let's see what else I got here. I'm going to do something I normally do. Let's see if I have. Well, actually, I'm going to do this one here.
Okay.
I'm going to do this one, and then I'm going to do the one I don't normally do.
I want you to talk about those books over there too, bro.
Oh, sure.
No, not now.
Not now. All right. And I'll talk about that a little bit. All right. So this is a poem I wrote for Erica Gardner. It's an elegy.
Okay. Now tell people.
Erica Gardner is the daughter of Eric Gardner, who was choked in New York, on Long Island, and a lot
what
of.
year was that? I did a piece.
I don't remember.
I did a piece.
I'm not sure. I don't rightly know. I can't breathe.
It's been about 5 years.
It's been about 5 years, and she's been out there struggling. And the sad thing is, she actually passed away during childbirth. Yeah. So this is Erica was a daddy's girl, died giving birth to a man-child named after her father, whose breath was stolen on the street by a policeman whose apology was not enough to silence her voice for justice. Her death was too ordinary, too black, too small for such a big life. 2. Deep obsidian vessel, bursting with brilliant blood-red roses and deep purple periwinkles, wild blossoms spilling out from her every which way, roots cracking Staten Island sidewalks. I want to give you medals of flowers as freely as you gave your life. Savior, this is number 3. Savior, she, like so many women, gathered our broken pieces from the street, from back roads, floating in rivers, creeks, and streams, and try to stitch us back together again, like new, the way they knew us, with the only light of their laboring lives, to work by, laboring lives to work by. Erica was a.
Wow. Yeah,
So.
she passed about a year ago.
Yeah.
We all remember that situation up in New York
Yeah,
where they choked Brother Eric Gardner to
Yep.
death on the street.
on the street
And he
in
kept
broad
saying-
daylight.
In broad daylight. And he kept saying, I can't breathe.
Yep.
But, of course, the police didn't care.
No, they didn't care.
They didn't
They
care.
didn't care.
Yeah, so-
But, and this is the key. That's how you know there's a shift. We have video of that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
These things went down back in the day when I was a kid, maybe when you were a kid,
Yes.
and oh
And
well,
you
you
know
know,
about it.
so and so died, and you know, and that's what happened, and they got shot, and you know, and this and that, and there were no videos, no witnesses, nothing,
People would take their word.
and people would take the word. And this time there was a trial. It didn't even go to trial in the past. This time it actually went to trial. So I wanted to honor her and her father, and that kind of thing. Thank you.
Now, let's talk about those. You got
Oh.
another piece you're going to share, but
Well,
you
sure.
want to read that first, or you want to talk about the books?
Well, let's talk about the
Oh,
books.
let's talk
So
about
I
the
already
books.
shared Margie Shaheed's poem,
Yes. Beautiful.
and that's that was my tradition when I was reading a lot in New Jersey. I always read the words of a poet who is no longer with us first, and then I read my
Wow.
word.
That's a beautiful and honorable thing to do
Thank
for
you.
fellow poets.
Thank you.
But you know, I keep a library of poetry books, man.
I do too, man.
Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, I buy when I go to readings, I buy poets' books.
Yes.
And I just bring them home and put them in my library.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start doing what you do, bring them and share them as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And feature them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should give voice.
Yes.
It's like giving voice to the voiceless.
Yes.
You know, we should give voice to the people who are no longer with
Yes.
us, and that kind of thing. So I think it's important.
This is like a poetic libation.
Yeah, it's a
When
poet.
we read their
Perfect.
work, you keep their work alive.
Yes.
That's a poetic libation.
Yes.
I'm gonna implement that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
beautiful.
Thank
It
you.
really is.
Yeah, I wish I could take credit for it, but I probably stole it from some other poet. But that's all right.
Oh, it's a great dude.
It is. So I brought Mary Evans. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, and I was going to read Mary Evans, one of her pieces. I decided not to do it, because it's our wedding poem. We actually use it in our vows.
Oh, okay.
And that kind of thing.
So other people can.
Oh, okay.
You
Sure.
I might have a few vows of my own.
All right. So she's still, from what I understand, Mary Evans is still with us. She's
Okay.
95
Oh, she's
years
95.
young. So I'm going to read. This is the poem that we read to each other in our wedding, Carol and I. This is for Carol. Celebration. I will bring you a whole person, and you will bring me a whole person, and we will have us twice as much of love and everything. I be bringing a whole heart, and while it do have nicks and dents and scars that only make me lay it down more careful like, and you be bringing a whole heart, a little chipped and rusty and sometimes skip a beat, but still in all, you bringing polish too, and it look like you intend to make it shine. And we be bringing each of us the music of our lives to wrap the other in. Forgiving charities soft as a choir's last lingering note, our own personal blend. I will bring you someone whole, and you will bring me someone whole. And we be twice as strong, we be twice as sure, and we will have us twice as much of love and everything.
That's beautiful.
Now, if you ain't moved by that, you made a stone.
Oh, man, I love that, man. Give the author's name again.
The author's name is Mary Evans,
Mary Evans, and the book is entitled
A Dark and Splendid Mass.
Wow, that's beautiful.
This here
I
is
love
hot.
that, man.
I love that poem. You can see I got misty. I couldn't.
Yes. Man, let me share a piece,
Go
and
for
then
it.
we go on with the book.
All right.
This is a piece I wrote some years ago. It's simply entitled "Chocolate City Candy" for the sisters. Just a taste of you makes my life so complete. Learning to love you is a special treat. The little loving things you do forever makes your honey sweet. Your good and plenty loving just knocks me off my feet. You're my sugar baby, peppermint candy pearl. My M&M plain chocolate city candy girl. My lifetime lifesaver, Fifth Avenue, Lovers Lane Park. My buttered finger, whatchamacallit, such sweetness in the dark. Now and later you'll always be my Mary Jane, my baby Ruth, my mounds of almond and joy. Chocolate, honey, sweet too. Let me be your payday, sugar daddy galore, your 100 grand, Mr. Goodbye for sure. And when you turn on your total Tootsie Roll charms, my chocolate cherry kisses make me melt in your arms. You're my sugar baby, peppermint patty pearl, my M&M plain, chocolate city, candy girl.
love it. That's good. I really like your broadsides. I really like that idea. That is really great, and I like how you've got art blended in with the poetry.
Oh yeah.
I think that is really great.
Yeah, I've done it for years, and it's been very good for me.
Good.
It really has.
It's a great idea, and it's laminated, so
Yeah.
people
And
be
it's-
spilling coffee and stuff.
Yeah, you just wipe it off.
Yeah.
I mean, I do Mother's Day. I do all the astrological signs.
Oh, okay.
I'm a poetic astrologer.
All right.
And I study the astrology. Also study numerology.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. So
All
my
right.
new book, one of my new books coming out, is called Life in Full Circle, and it's astrological love poems.
Oh, wow.
Every sign you can imagine. What's your birthday?
My birthday is February 6th.
Aquarius.
I'm Aquarius, yeah.
So I talk about how Aquarius might relate to, and your wife as well.
My wife is Cancer.
Okay,
and
so
her birthday is our anniversary, the 25th.
So I did how Cancer might relate to an Aquarian. How
Ah,
Aquarian might relate to a Capricorn. How Capricorn might relate to an Aries. How
Interesting.
Aries might like to relate to another Aries
Huh.
or a Taurus or
Huh.
whatever the sign may be.
Interesting.
But I study it.
Okay.
And everything is in poetic form.
huh.
So it's
All right.
work. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work, man. I've been working on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm about to
We're going to have to talk. I may have to
Yeah,
get
man.
one of them.
And so I do the numbers also.
Oh, okay.
And my good friend, Lord Strayhorn.
Yeah.
He's a master numerologist.
Yes,
So
yes, I
learned
have
a
his
lot
book.
from the- oh yeah.
Yeah.
Numbers in you.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah,
listen to
man.
the radio show on
Yeah.
BAI. Yeah,
I
yeah.
talked to him about a week ago.
Oh,
He comes
man.
to Washington. He comes here once a month.
He's still
at the end of the
around?
month. Yeah, man.
That's
That
great.
brother's the master, man. So I learned a lot from him.
I learned a lot, too.
And when I told my good friend Lloyd what I was doing, he said, "Man, I'm gonna do the foreword." I said,
Okay.
okay, you got it.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I want to
Yeah.
see that.
And then my other book that's coming out next month is entitled The Book of Tributes. Because
Okay.
I've done a lot of tributes to a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
people over the
yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
And so I had all these tributes, 300 some tributes to different people, Muhammad Ali, and musical tributes, and sports, and a lot of different fields. So something said, and people liked them, they liked them out, they loved them. And I said, well, I'll just take them and put them in a collection. So
Okay.
that's what the new book is about. The other
Oh,
new book,
okay.
The Book of Tributes.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good. The tributes, that's one of the jobs. There's some things that poets are supposed to do. That's one of the things a poet's supposed to do.
Tributes, yes.
Absolutely. That is our
Yes.
job. That's what we do.
I have a friend of mine. She said, "Seems like every time somebody passes, every time somebody passes, she said, you chasing the ambulance." She said, "Cause people call me up, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like when somebody passed, they said, oh, Brother Zane, I know you got an appointment."
Well, that's so African. That is so the praise poem,
Yes.
the tribute poem. That is so ancestral. That is so who we are.
Like I just did a piece to James Brown.
Yeah.
I did a piece to Maurice White. I mean,
Okay.
lots of people. All
Oh,
these are in the
man.
Book of Tributes. I mean, you name it. Any number of people. Dr. King, Malcolm,
Yeah.
on and on and on. You know,
yeah.
soldiers.
Well, the interest of full disclosure, I am Muhammad Ali's second cousin.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, we are family. We are the three clans. I won't take up all your time, but there are three clans. I'm in the Alexander clan. There's the Clay clan
Okay.
and the Great House clan. He's from the Clay
Oh,
clan.
Muhammad was a poet too now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Float like a butterfly,
Yeah.
sting like a bee. Your eyes can't hit. What do you say? Your
Can't
hands
see.
Can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
man.
a
I used to
poet.
love it, man. He was brilliant, man.
Yeah,
Brother was brilliant,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Yes. Okay, let's get to the books.
All right. So what else? I've
Yeah.
got one other book here. I brought my book by my friend, and he was a poet mentor in Newark.
Okay.
And this is his book. Blueprint. And his name is Yichtov. So you can Google him. He's from New Orleans.
Okay.
Good brother.
He's still with us.
No, unfortunately, he's gone. But he's one of those those kind of people. You go to a memorial and you cutting up and having such a good
Yes.
time. You're like, where is Yichtov? Oh, he's like, oh, this is Yichtov's memorial. We were cutting up at his memorial, having a good time. A whole bunch, a lot of the luminaries from Newark turned out, and it was a big deal. Baraka was there. Everybody, it was
But
just
the
a big
spirit
thing.
of his essence is
It's
in
still
their
there.
writing.
It's in his writing. So I'm
It's in his
gonna,
writing.
if you don't mind, I'm gonna read
Please,
a little
brother.
bit. I'm gonna read a little bit one of his signature pieces. This is called Boom Boom. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get to kiss your cheek. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get to kiss your cheek. I get to go to Australia. I get to go Aborigine. I get to go to Boom Boom. All by myself. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get plenty of money. I get to make promises. I get to make sandwiches. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get ideas circulating in my head. I get fever. I get to kiss you. I get a reputation. I get everything simplified and amplified. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get plenty of recognition. I get the inspiration. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get my directions faxed in from Manila. I get accounted for. I get perspiration on my way to Boom Boom. I get the automatic interpretation of my dreams. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get isolation blues. I get funky blues around the clock. I get whatever I get to go to Boom Boom. I get telegrams before I arrive. I get inclination to linger. I get encouragement from neighbors. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get odd questions. I get focused. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get to realize the outcome. I get to see things as I suppose they have been. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get writings published. I get up close. I get turned on. I get to go to Boom Boom. I get to go to Boom Boom. Here I am.
Boom,
And he used to. So
Wow.
his day job was he was a substitute teacher, and that was one of the poems he used to read in the class, and the kids would laugh and carry on and that kind of stuff. Boom, boom, So I like his work, and I like to bring his spirit into what I do because he was a fun person. Band leader, like I said, is one of you go to someone's funeral and you're having so much fun, you're waiting for them to show up.
You forget it's a home concept.
Yeah.
Brother, I thank you so much because I've had lots of poets on over the years, and you're one of the few poets that have come on and poured libation, if you will, for other poets. Sharing other poets' work. That's unusual, man, because most people come, share their own work. Mm-hmm. But you've been doing both. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, thank you.
Sharing other authors' work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
beautiful.
Thank you so much. I love poetry. Mm-hmm. I love reading it. I love writing it. I almost don't care where it comes from.
A good poem is a good poem.
A good poem is a good poem.
Wherever it comes from.
Wherever it comes from.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So I like to share this piece for the young people who may be watching. And this is simply entitled "Do It for the Children." Mm-hmm. In the love of every man, woman, boy, and girl, you can find the key to the heart of the world. Mm-hmm. For each and every one, got to find the better way to do what some say just can't be done. Do it for the children and all that you do and say. Do it for the children. A lifetime of love got to be a better way. Mm-hmm. Do it for the children. Teach the children the truth. The innocence of a child is the seed of truth for all to see. Mm-hmm. Teach the children the truth. They're the fruit of the family tree. There's so much the world needs that there's just too little of. But all we really got to do is give a little more love. Do it for the children.
For the children.
Do it for the children and all that you do and say. Do it for the children. A lifetime of love got to be a better way. Mm-hmm. Do it for the children. Teach the children the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Teach the children the truth.
Yes, young people.
Yeah, let's see. Do you got time for a couple more?
Yeah, we got.
All right, good. Let's see. I'm going to take a risk and read something new.
Okay.
This is for my uncle, George Alexander, Colonel George Alexander. He passed away recently, back in February. This is called Gratitude Poem, and it has a preamble, so to speak, from my uncle. Many wondrous things happen to me, but not by me. Colonel George W. Alexander. I received many gifts, although I do not know them by their correct names at the time of their offering. Take this poem. I so wished that she were mine, but she arrived whole, grown, and said, like Mrs. Green in Montclair High School English class, "Now you will write."
Wow. That's moving, brother.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
This too shall pass. Though my heart is broken and my mind is numb, I know any day that my change is going to come. Yesterday I was down, out, and in a daze, but I'm so glad I know trouble don't come to last always. Just when my lost faith came up found, the power of belief turned my world around. So with faith as my life's long guide, I know in my soul that there is a better side. And because trouble don't always come to last, in my heart I know that this too shall pass. Wow. brother. I mean, this
This
I
is
know,
live.
give me another piece.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. I'm going to do. Let's see.
Because I'm gonna use every ounce of time we have
Okay, sure. Let me see what else I got here.
till they cut us off.
Till they cut us off. All right. Well, I'm going to read this one. This is also another new piece.
Okay.
So it's. Well, I won't apologize for it. Let me just read a daggone poem. Library.
Okay.
Number 1. See, I smile back, love, like that one. There always is one family reunion uncle or auntie that gets you out of the spines of all the books I gave you as gifts.
Wow.
2. See, all your besties, some invisible, teachers, mentors, detractors, all up in this anthology, yellowing, dog-eared, table of contents, cheering, hollering, cross corn, asphalt, and cotton fields, calling back across time. Jump on in. The water's fine.
Beautiful. Now this is Jesse. This is another one of those, excuse me, tribute points that's going to be in my new book. You know, we're
Okay.
talking about tribute point. This is the tribute to the Godfather Go-Go, Chuck Brown. I know
All
you're
right.
From, I know
Oh,
you're
yeah.
from Jersey. You don't know nothing about that.
Well, listen, I went to Howard University.
Oh, okay. You in there?
All right.
You know about Go-Go.
EU freeze,
I know
y'all.
you know. The Godfather Go-Go, tribute to Chuck Brown, 1936 to 2012. Chuck Soul Searching Bustin' Loose Brown is the undisputed godfather of the go-go sound. As the brightest star on the Go-Go Walk of Fame, you gave the homegrown groove of national name. The way you wind me up, I know it's your pleasure, and as DC's native son, you're a national treasure. You put the trouble and the funk for all to see as the godfather of go-go in the first degree. As the rare essence of what go-go's around, you are the host in the house of the DC sound. Latin rhythm, jazz, soul, and a non-stop beat are the roots of go-go for call and response from the street. If it ain't got the go-go groove, it don't mean a thing. If it ain't funky enough to have the go-go swing. As an indigenous icon of classic go-go soul, you have a feel for the music that never grows old. Through experience unlimited as a master music man, you are the great godfather of go-go all over the land. You put the soulful funk in it for all to see as the godfather of go-go in the first degree. P.S. Show you right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I used to.
So that's one of the tributes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I did
That's
this.
good.
I did this one. Godfather Go before he passed.
Oh,
Then after
wow.
he passed, I did another one called Wind Me Up Chuck, which I'll have to share next time.
Oh yeah.
Brother
Oh, yeah.
Jesse, it's been wonderful having
Oh, it
you here
has
with
been.
us, brother, man. How so
appreciate it.
people want to get in touch with you? How
Sure.
can we get in touch with you?
Well, okay, you can go on my website, eyepoet.net, and that's the place to start.
Okay.
Everything is there.
All right.
My social media, all that stuff is there. I'm on Facebook. I'm doing like y'all young people.
Yeah. So anything come up, any readings come up, any new books, anything like that coming up?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
there's stuff coming
It's
up.
coming up.
Like I said,
be
I'm
posted?
working with my. It'll be posted.
Okay.
I'm working with my bride on a mommy water poem, a poetry book,
Okay.
and this has already come out. And
Oh,
please
great.
contact me. This is a tribute to my mother.
Okay. And it's entitled?
It's entitled "Mommy, Mom, Mama, Mother."
Wow. Covered all bases. brother.
Got to cover all the bases. So so that's coming out. And so yeah, hit me up, as they say. Holla back.
Okay. And this is my new CD. It's simply entitled Up Close and Personal. I wrote the music, produced the music,
wow.
along with my good friend Rashad Young.
that's
And the artist is Von Paris. And it's R&B. It's not poetry. It's R&B. And it's soul. It's pop. And
Oh, man.
it's a new school vibe with an old school.
All right.
It's the old school vibe with a new school teaching in it. you know?
Okay. All right.
New school. But yeah, so it's out. So y'all check it out. And thank you again for coming.
Thank
brother, Color Me
you
Poetry.
for inviting me. Enjoyed
Thank you,
it.
Thank you. I'm Danny Queen. This is Color Me Poetry. Until next time, color me poetry.
Yeah.
I am, I can, and I will. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. A pleasure.